My future brother-in-law secretly booked my dream wedding venue for his own wedding after I trusted him to help with planning. Now my fiancé is taking his side and I'm questioning everything. My name is Jessica and I'm 28F. I'm supposed to be getting married to my fiancé Ryan, 30M, in 3 months. But right now, I don't even know if there will be a wedding anymore because of what his brother did to me. I've been with Ryan for 4 years and we got engaged last Christmas. Planning our wedding has been my dream since I was little. I had everything mapped out in a notebook I've kept since high school. The most important thing to me was the venue. There's this beautiful historic mansion called Rosewood Manor about an hour outside the city. It has gardens, a ballroom, and this amazing terrace overlooking a lake. I fell in love with it when I attended my cousin's wedding there 5 years ago. I've been saving money specifically for this venue ever since Ryan and I got serious. The problem is it's extremely popular and books up 2 years in advance. When Ryan proposed, the first thing I did was call Rosewood Manor. They had exactly one date available for this year, October 15th, which happens to be the anniversary of our first date. It felt like destiny. But there was a catch. They required a $5,000 deposit within 48 hours to hold the date, and the total cost would be $18,000. I had been saving, but only had about $12,000 at the time. I was panicking because I knew if we lost this date, we'd have to wait until 2026 to get married there. That's when Ryan's brother, Kevin, 32M, offered to help. Kevin and his girlfriend, Amber, 29F, had just gotten engaged too. Kevin said he understood how important the venue was to me and offered to loan us the deposit money. He seemed genuinely excited to help. I was so grateful. Kevin has always been nice to me, though we're not super close. He works in finance and makes good money, so the $5,000 wasn't a huge deal for him. We agreed I'd pay him back in monthly installments of $500. I gave him all the venue contact information so he could wire the deposit directly from his account for faster processing. 2 days later, Kevin confirmed the deposit had been sent and our date was secured. I was over the moon. I immediately started booking other vendors and sending save the dates to family. Everything was going perfectly until last week. I called Rosewood Manor to discuss final details and menu selections. That's when the wedding coordinator dropped a bomb on me. She said there had been some confusion with our booking. According to their records, the deposit and contract were in Kevin Miller's name, not Jessica and Ryan Miller. She needed clarification about who was actually getting married. I explained that Kevin was Ryan's brother who had helped with the deposit, but the wedding was definitely mine and Ryan's. I asked her to pull up the original contract I thought I had submitted. That's when she told me something that made my blood run cold. Kevin had submitted his own wedding contract for October 15th, listing himself and Amber as the bride and groom. He had used my detailed venue requirements and even my specific menu preferences. When I protested that this was my date and my planning, she said she could only work with whoever's name was on the contract. Since Kevin paid the deposit and signed the papers, the date legally belonged to him. I immediately called Kevin in a panic. At first, he acted confused and said there must be some mistake. He claimed he would call the venue right away to sort everything out. But when I called him back an hour later, his tone was completely different. He said he had talked to Amber and they realized they actually loved October 15th for their own wedding. Since his name was already on the contract, they decided to keep the date. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Full story link below.